Hi, Eoin Kelly, Area Manager with the National Learning Network in Cork. I'm here at UCC for the launch of the Learning Disrupted research report. The research is a partnership between the Department of Applied Social Studies in the UCC and the National Learning Network, particularly the Seward House Training Centre on the Mosel Farm Road. The research project has come about principally due to the impact of COVID on the opportunities for our students for work experience placements. And the project has taken a look at that to see the impact on our students and on the families and on the parents and indeed the employers' perspectives as well. But I'm delighted to be joined by Dr. Claire Edwards, one of the researchers of the paper and the report. And Claire, if I can turn to you and ask you, give us a summary of the main findings, please.
So I suppose some of the key things that we wanted to explore were how were students who attend NLN affected by the pandemic, and particularly the transition to online learning. So we know that students experience significant kind of anxiety, there's disruption to their routines and so on. And there are a number of kind of challenges in terms of making that transition to online learning, to remote learning. So things like access to technology, knowing how to study in the home environment, those disruptions to routines which kind of undermined their independence and autonomy. But I suppose what this researcher was also interested in was looking at, what can we learn from COVID? So what can we understand, what things, particularly about how technology can help support students. And we were particularly interested in, for example, looking at the kind of disruptions to work placements that occurred, but also what we can do in the future to support people, support young people with disability to go into the workplace, potentially through blended modes of work placement. So I think what we've seen in the report is that there is this potential to learn from the COVID pandemic in terms of recognising that, if we focus on individual students' kind of skills and capabilities, some people very much benefit from this kind of blended focus in terms of their vocational learning and training.
I'm delighted to be joined here by a long-standing supporter of National Learning Network and student placements. We have Senior Executive Librarian Patricia Looney. And Patricia, I'd like to ask you, from your perspective, what's your take on the importance and the value of supporting work placements for students in the libraries?
Well, for Cork City Libraries, it's been a privilege to work with National Learning Network. And from the library's perspective, we find the students have a wonderful skill set that suits our environment and helps us in our job. So they have a perfect setting for a job that suits them. And as well, the support from the coordinators is a game changer for us. We get great support with group placements, and also we have transitioned on now to individual placements within our branches. And we hope to continue this successful cooperation and collaboration with the National Learning Network.
I'm delighted to be joined by Roslin Treacy, instructor with the National Learning Network, who has facilitated and supported the students in their participation in the project. Roslin, if I could ask you, from your point of view, what has been the main learning or value of this project?
So I suppose there has been immense value in this project. From the point of view of the students that were involved, the project allows the students a national voice without the intervention of other professionals to give a real view of what it was like to be a young person with disability living through the pandemic. As we see from the report, it shows that the pandemic hit us all, but not everyone equally. And the learning from the feedback from the students is that we need to keep going with innovations for learning and work experience, such as blended work experience and remote learning, to allow a larger access for students to strive into the world of work. The acknowledgement here for the students is immense. UCC have acknowledged their voice and also has given them a national platform. So I can't say enough about the value for this project.